Okay. Introducing the Freeway Flyer. We have a start. God, I love this bike. Nah. Oh, yummy.
What is this bike? And then we can find out the story of how you got it.
Okay, so we call it the Freeway Flyer. I had a Speedster replica a long time ago, and they coined, I don't know if they coined the term even, but they called their gear ratio that was in that Speedster replica the Freeway Flyer, because it had a big ball kit and long gears.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I've done here. It started life as an R75/5.
Well, yeah.
1973, long wheelbase, tank is original to the bike, and the headlight is original, and the swing arms are original, and the main frame, of course. And it started life blue, Monza blue.
All right.
That was a test, wasn't it?
Is that metallic?
Yeah, it was a metallic,
okay.
But it like a, what is it, more cyan.
Okay.
As opposed to more navy. This is Arga blue. This is 1966 Porsche Arga blue.
All right, so let's just for a second find out how you got the donor bike.
You know, this guy, when he first reached out to me, it was just to compliment the work. I get another phone call. It's like, hey, I have 10 broken BMWs. Will you take my 10 broken ones and give me one good one? And one day he turned up with a trailer and left them. This is done as a tribute to his 67 Porsche 912 that is also Arga blue and currently being restored. So we've done some Porsche touches throughout the bike. We rebuilt the Speedo to look like the one from the Porsche.
So it's got the green
gauges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you switch it on? Maybe you can see some of that. Nice.
Yeah.
0 miles. All right. So he just said, I want to go on the freeway. I'm doing a lot of miles, or maybe not a lot of miles, but regardless.
Yes.
Okay. He wants to move swiftly.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. Got it. So in order to achieve that,
yeah,
what have you done?
Tell you what I did. I used the rear end is from a 1977 R100 RS because it's got really long gear on it. Means you're a bit slower off the line, but you'll hold a higher speed with lower revs.
Oh, cruising.
Yeah, Freeway Flyer.
It's got cruise control.
But twin plug and 1000cc. So you've got grunt, you've got modern forks with big brakes for when that semi just cuts you up.
So the brakes are
Brembos, modern Brembos.
Okay.
There's a whole host of colors that you can get those Brembos in. You get gold ones, black ones, silver ones, blue ones, pink ones, orange ones.
Like quite literally any color you want.
And I just thought that the silver ones were definitely the way to go. I feel like a lot of the time people want to black out everything on the bike. And we do, we black out a lot of stuff on the bike, but keeping pops of silver throughout the whole thing, I just think it makes it look a little more OEM. The factory could have sold it this way. We've got a billet aluminum hub, anodized black, stainless spokes that haven't been polished, and XL rim that's anodized black.
So working our way up.
Handmade fender brackets, handmade aluminum fender.
Yeah. Oh, we've got these
We've got new forks.
What about the clips? Let's talk about the clips.
What clips?
Little clips.
Oh, my old 70s Chevy clips.
Yeah.
That keeps the brake line uniform with the fender mount.
Quite literally off a 1970 Chevy.
Yes, but they were the right diameters for the clip. /5 original horn.
Yep. All right, that's gonna stop us MRI.
These headlight brackets, this portion is original to the bike. In 73, they got a reflector on the side. And I thought, given the nature of freeway flying, let's have some reflection. But we cut off the tube and welded on a new tube that's large enough for the massive new forks.
Okay, and the new forks?
They are Showa.
Showa, okay, got it.
We've got a /2 headlight ring. It's a little squarer than the /5. We've got an LED H4 setup in there. You'll see it's an H4 Bosch lens. It's from an R65.
Right. Well, let's see the lights. The Marshall's working.
Okay, so we've got some Marshall lights mounted on there.
Nice.
Running lights. Then you hit the turn and they light up brighter. Yeah, lovely. Put LED bulbs in them and mounted them to the crash bar. You've seen it many times now. A little bit of a trademark now. That like triangle of light.
Oh yeah, the Marshall.
That's
yeah,
Roughchild.
for sure. Yeah, for sure. And And then on the side here,
Yes.
what's the story with this? We haven't seen too many of those.
This is a turn signal indicator.
Yep.
I kept it because it's orange and the reflectors are orange, and I just wanted some little pop throughout the bike.
Let's see that puppy working.
It's on, and it's on all the time because we've set them up as running lights with a combination of resistors and diodes, and it flashes when the turn signals flash.
Okay, nice. Safety first, huh?
Mm-hmm. We used brand new /6 hand controls, which look just the same as /5 hand controls. The only difference being that they come with black levers. So this bike in the 70s would have come with polished chrome ones. I think blacked out ones looks more conducive to the whole thing right now. And then, as much as I haven't done the polished levers, I have done a very polished rear brake lever because it sits right next to the chrome of the Hosk muffler.
I see.
And that then makes itself a bit invisible, doesn't it? It blends in.
It's got a piece of jewelry on it.
Yeah, quite.
And the subframe?
You know, the subframe's actually the factory original frame that we've detabbed, trimmed loads of stuff off of it, and then we welded on the bracket for the tail light and the license plate because that would have been on the long fender.
Yeah.
I cut the rear fender.
And how deep would the rear fender have gone?
The rear fender would have continued for another half mile, and then the brake light is like up here, the size of a house, and the turn signals are here.
So on the fender would have been the license plate, the
Yeah,
brake light,
all of the stuff, all the safety stuff.
Got it.
Don't need safety.
The bags are intriguing. Were they factory? Are they the shape of the factory bags?
They're not factory, but they're OG, period correct, Wixoms. There's normally a bunch of extra aluminum trim on these, and I took it off because I thought that it would look better and cleaner without. So clearly painted the same color as the tank.
Yeah.
Found some new old stock light assemblies for the back. They've been wired up as running lights and turn signals, and they're now LEDs.
Can we see the lights on the back?
Sure.
Nice. Tank looks glorious with that chrome panel.
Yes, sir. This is a toaster tank. They've become increasingly rare. And what most people don't know is that when they came out in 1972, the US was so unhappy with the gas tanks. They weren't buying the bike. The European factory had to ship in replacement gas tanks, and the dealers were literally pulling these tanks off and putting them in the trash and putting on the larger gas tank with the rubber knee pads. No one was buying the bikes with the toaster tanks on.
Oh, interesting.
And I think it's the most beautiful gas tank in the world.
So what is original on the tank and what's been...
Chrome panels have been re-chromed.
Original from the factory?
Original to the bike from the factory.
Wow.
Tank's original. Gas cap's brand new because they've got a paper gasket.
Oh, let me see that.
And life's too short to be trying to change paper gaskets on gas caps. There's a rivet, and I've done it before. It's a pain in the dick, and they leak. The carbs, Macouni's.
Is that what the bike? Is that what the bike came in with?
No, it came with Bings, but 70s Bings. Oh, they're crap.
In what sense?
They leak. They just don't do the job. Period.
And then let's go back to these design.
What are you seeing?
These guys.
You're gonna have to be more specific than these guys.
The nuts.
Which nuts?
Those nuts. Whose nuts are those nuts?
They are /5 exhaust nuts, Simon. They are indeed not original to the bike.
Okay.
They're reproduction new ones.
That's what they would have looked like from factory. Okay, got it. And then what about the engine?
It was a crank out engine rebuild.
What does a crank out mean?
The crank comes out.
It does what it says on the box.
Yeah,
like
crank,
simple.
Crank comes out the case, get new main bearings. It's got the Sieben Rock 1000cc big bore kit in it. So you get a European spec high compression piston, Nickel cylinders.
So the European...
Oh, Torque Tech.
The European spec of it, would that have been a factory option for this bike?
No, this has got higher compression. So it's as it was designed versus the US spec where they lowered the compression for emissions.
How did you get the Euro spec?
I bought them from Europe.
So that's like, it's got a German heart basically?
It definitely has a German heart.
Interesting, okay.
Here's a fun part. We've got a 5-speed box and a longer gear ratio on the end. It's all about the gear ratio on the end. 5 is good.
Okay.
Got the drilled air box from the R100 RS. It's all drilled in here. Good job you're getting a close-up of that, Simon.
1 second, I'll do that right now.
Yes, more air in. Your engine is just a big air pump. More air in, more air out.
So that
We'll
those
go
holes
faster.
would have been there from the factory?
They were not on this bike, but it was a factory thing. It was first on the R90S in '74, the year after this.
She matching numbers?
She's matching numbers.
It's good.
Try and trip me up, Simon. No one cares about matching numbers. I hate that term.
Oh, okay.
Don't say yeah, okay, because you care.
No, for some reason I do. I don't know why.
You've been programmed.
I guess. Okay, so did the seat look like this?
No,
What did the seat
no,
look-
the fender was another half mile, like I said.
Oh, so the seat was way long.
The seat was way longer.
Oh, God.
Oh, the seat would have finished on the subframe, actually.
The saddle, did you design that?
I did.
Wow. What was the sort of inspiration? How did you get there?
Completely ripped off a 60s Porsche with some basket weave inserts and a vinyl side. Softer and more comfortable than our Cafe Racer seat, because there's just more to it.
There's more
More foam.
foam
yes.
inside it. The O-lins at the back here tucked.
Got some tucked O-lins,
What would have been there before?
some crap shocks.
Exhaust pipes on this one?
Yeah, they're really cool, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. They look like the originals.
Yeah, kinda.
Or
If
brand.
the originals were like really sexy and nice and throaty. They're Hosk mufflers, and they're stainless steel reproductions of Hosks from period. So again, like the wicks and bags were available out the catalogue in 1973, so were the pipes.
The back wheels, what's the story with the back wheels?
So the back wheel, it's real similar. We have a recipe with the rear wheel. When we keep the drum brake, that's a factory hub that gets vapor blasted, rebuilt with sealed bearings. They've normally got taper bearings, basically make it customer proof and tire shop proof. And then it was Cerakoted black and then laced up to match the front.
What tyres is she running?
These are
Bridgestone.
Bridgestone Battle Axes,
And why
BT46.
and why did you choose BT46?
They're like the forum favorite. I figured for the Freeway Flyer and the mixed use, should have something safe for the wet, just in case.
Oh, so these are good in wet.
Yeah, I like a semi-slick.
Okay.
Such a good soft tire for dry California roads around the twisties. But you probably don't want it if you're covering thousands of miles in a weekend.
One was assuming that's interstate as well, so it may be heading to the bad weather.
Here's a nice thing that I've done too. Come and look at how amazing I am over here. I designed the top triple with a hole in the middle of it so that I can run all the cables through. Because I disliked how they were kind of gathering around the front and then they've got this sharp edge to bypass. Resheathed some switches because I like the little lingerie look for my cables. These are Renthal handlebars. I like them because they're black and they're strong. We've still got the under tank master cylinder. So we've got a brake cable operating the brake master under the tank. And then you see the hydraulic line coming down to the calipers.
And other bikes don't have that.
No, normally you've got a big, like a
Reservoir thing, isn't it?
like a urine sample up here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind building more of these. I think that it's a good crossover between purist and custom.